Hello ladies and welcome back to my channel. My name is Esha. For those of you who are new, please do subscribe, give this video a thumbs up also, and now let's get straight into the video. Today we are talking about the lessons of femininity that we can learn from the movie House of Gucci. We're going to mainly talk about Maurizio Gucci and Patrizia Raggiani. Oh no, she wanted us to call her Patrizia Gucci. That's what she said. Call me Patrizia Gucci when she was at the court. Anyhow, let's talk. Now, Patrizia Raggiani was an Italian socialite, and she was, well, as we saw in the movie, quite socially active and very charming, very confident. This will be your first impression when you look at that woman. Bossy, powerful, charming, knows her ways with the words and stuff, knows how to speak, very confident, well dressed actually. You could also already tell, by the way, she already dressed like a rich woman even before she became one, if that makes sense. So she always had that bossy, fiery flair. I won't be surprised if she's even a fire sign, because I saw a lot of intimidating, kind of fiery, bossy side to her. I don't know what's her star sign. I didn't look into that, but I'm just saying. Now, you guys have seen my previous videos where I definitely talked about the ÜBER girl. So when I went to see the movie, finally, I made it today. I went out and saw the movie after a lot of hassle. Finally, when I got into the cinema, which was right after 4 years or something, I finally got to watch the House of Gucci. And I mainly only went there to see who is the ÜBER girl in the movie and whether there is one or not. And turns out that Patrizia Gucci did have a little bit of ÜBER girl vibes. Now, we have talked about the ÜBER girl vibes in my previous videos. I will link that down in the description just so you know what is an ÜBER girl and how to identify whether you are one and whether people around you have those qualities or not. And some of the qualities obviously are not the right ones and not the good ones to have, especially if you're talking about the leveling up journeys and stuff, right? So the ÜBER girl vibe, she definitely had. Some places where the Uberness was coming out on the surface was where she was acting really intimidating and bossy even when she met the guy. So Maurizio Gucci was a little bit of those intellectual, laid-back, intelligent kind of guy. I wouldn't really call him like a beta male. He definitely was not like a beta. He was not like a mellow loser. I'm not saying that beta male are losers, but I'm just saying. But at the same time, he was also not a true masculine alpha kind of guy. He was somewhere in the middle, and maybe we could call those people maybe sigmas. Sigmas are like that have qualities of alphas, but they are a bit more of a reserved, intellectual kind of a version. So he definitely was a sigma persona. Let me know what are your thoughts on this, but that's what I thought, and that's what my take was on that. I found him very intelligent, intellectual, quiet demeanor, which was very attractive, by the way, and a little bit socially awkward. Now, you have this woman who is socially active and super fun and charming and very bold and bossy, says it what it is and means what she says and says what she means, and she could be mean sometimes also, yes, which we're going to talk about that in a moment. But he, on the other hand, was very laid back, polite, gentleman, and you could see the difference. Like, she grew up in the hood, if I may say, but he grew up to be a bit more refined, educated. He was also studying law at the time they both met. So there was a very precise kind of difference in their grooming, in their upbringing, in their persona, in their energy. Everything was quite the opposite, really. But as they say, opposites attract, so they got attracted towards each other. As per se, they fell in love at first sight. You could tell that there was love sparkling from left, right, center when they met. According to the story, it's true as well. We're gonna give her that. She wasn't really like the typical just going for the money kind of thing. Even though, yes, once she got into the marriage, once she had the child, and once the uncle, Aldo Gucci, showed her a taste of wealth and a taste of all the Gucci products, I think she definitely kind of changed right from there. She had a taste of wealth and, oh, I can have anything in the store, whatever I like. It's a family business. I got it. Oh, that's tempting. So when she got a taste of all of those things, I think that's where the switch actually happened. And that's where she started to, you will see in the movie, where she started to kind of convince him to join the family business again, even though he had mentioned clearly, no, this has been the happiest that I have been in my whole entire life. But she's like, no, strong family makes strong family business. So she convinces him to go to New York and join the family business, the GUCCY headquarters. So Maurizio just does exactly that, and they build a family. They have 2 girls and they live in this beautiful penthouse, spend endlessly and stuff. And through the years, you see her changing very, very clearly. Like, he from day one till the end of the movie almost felt like he's the same person. She, on the other hand, U-turn, totally changed person. Like, there is such a clear difference between how when she met him, even though even at that time she was very, very bossy, and there was a lot of signals that you can already tell, by the way, like that ratchetness. I'm sorry if this offends some people, but it is what it is. So she had that little bit of ratchetness towards her, you know, in her energy, whatever, and that came to the surface quite later in the marriage, like after a few years, especially after the children. And he was still the same, laid back, no confrontation kind of guy. I want everything easy, chill, relax, no problem, no worries, just super easy. So much so that he didn't even want to confront her when it was time to like separate, which, yes, it's a little cowardish also, I'm not gonna lie, of course, yes, but at the same time I could also understand his view on that at the same time, because it's like she was becoming so loud, so bossy, so emasculating, where she also, by the way, told him that you are such an idiot and you're such a baby and you're so whatever. She used a few words I don't want to use here, but this is what she told him he is. Like, he is so incompetent that he can't even compete at his work field, which is why she has to always, you know, interfere in the business and work in the business and blah blah blah, when he always keeps saying to her, I don't want you to be involved in the GUCCY business, stay away. Yet she never stays away, she's always kind of bossing him around in a way. So however, he stays the same and he doesn't want to confront even when there is time for separation and divorce and blah 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 blah, which again is wrong, yes, but at the same time, like, you can, I don't know how much we can blame that poor man, because he said to her repeatedly, I want you out of the business, I want to be happy. So you can tell what he really wanted was a happy married family life. And yet she was all about power and money, and this is happening with GUCCY and this is happening with GUCCY. Like, you could tell she became obsessed with the name GUCCY. She would dress up in GUCCY head to toe, even if nobody else bothered as much as she actually did. I feel like her business kind of side, you could tell from day one she was a little bossy and very bold. You know, even when she wrote her number with lipstick on his bike, she was like, I'm a very busy person, but I'll make time for you. And applying her lipstick, like, she is so bold and just crazy. Like, if I mean, even in today's age, you go to a fine man and they see you know, this kind of behavior, it makes them second guess and question, because it's a lot of weird kind of boldness coming out. And I'm not saying that being playful is not a nice thing, but if it's done softly and politely in a feminine way, it's amazing. The way she did things were a little bit too manly. It almost felt like she's leading and bossing around and he's just, yeah, whatever, let's go wherever you say. Even on their first date, when he said to her, offered her to go into this nice restaurant, and she was like, no, this is gonna be too expensive, and then goes inside anyway, comes out the same second. What does she do next? Takes him to, where she's the most comfortable at, street food. That's where she takes him. And so they have their food, which probably he never tasted before. Okay, another thing, at their very, very first meeting at the party, you could tell it's a good thing that she did put herself out there. She's partying, she's going to places, which is amazing, by the way. That's a good thing to do. Young girls, that's a good thing to do, okay? Be invited, go to places, 100% yes. You never know what people you're gonna meet, you never know which friends you're gonna make, you never know who could be your next business partner or your potential husband in this case, okay? So she was out there, dressed nice, looking fantastic also. She sees him and assumes that he's the bartender or something and immediately orders a drink. Anyhow, They have a little chat. You could see the charm, you could see some sparkles, and now she is the one asking him, do you want to dance? He clearly says no. Well, next thing you know, they're still on the dance floor. So do you see how the bossiness was there from day one, actually? If it was somebody with eyes who didn't fall for it too quickly, I think somebody would have guessed, all right, this is a little too much to handle, okay? It's a little emasculating. Does that make sense? Whatever you do, yes, be bold, be out there, have a little bit of a softer approach so nobody second guesses you because, well, that was years ago. Now people are very clever, okay? When you come off too bossy, too much tomboy energy, too much boldness, too much, I don't give a fuck about anybody, I'm gonna say it like it is. No, honey, no, you don't do that. No, You're gonna go for somebody fine and refined? Well, they're checking your attitudes and the way you speak 100% for sure. And your body language also, which by the way, her body language was amazing. Can we just say Lady Gaga acted so well? Wow, like, I'm so impressed. Honestly, she was very good at acting in this whole movie and I'm quite smitten by that. Can you also, by the way, tell how she was not the most prettiest woman, by the way, but she was charming. Like, charm is the one thing she definitely had. Especially, you could see the charm come out when she met Maurizio's father. And the father was not very impressed when she said that, you know, she came from a family who have like truck business or whatever. And he was like, interesting. And now all of a sudden she's like, oh, Maurizio was telling me that, you know, you've been an actor. Ooh, I didn't know I was sitting with a celebrity. Can I have an autograph, please? You know, so she was good with her words, charming. And as she already, by the way, also said to to his father that she is, what did she say? That she is socially active. She's a socialite. And she also said that she's a people pleaser. So, you know, when she said people pleaser, by the way, you should never say that to anyone. I have to point that out. Never say to anybody that you're a people pleaser. It does not give off a good signal. Like, as soon as you say that, people are automatically assuming, opportunist. Probably very good with words. Pleases everybody, nothing special about you. Like, people can assume a lot of things about you when you say, I'm a people pleaser. Like, it's not a compliment for a girl to be a people pleaser. Don't say that, you know, because I think these are the two things she said that confirmed in his father's mind that, oh, she's a gold digger. She's a gold digger. Which is also why he had to go to his son later and be like, yeah, I don't like the women that you, I mean, she's nice, go on a holiday, whatever, have a good time, but marriage, it's not in the cards for you. And he's like, no, but I love her. That is exactly the one I'm gonna marry. So he leaves everything and goes to her house the same night with his own luggage or something and tells her family that, you know, I come from a good family, but I have nothing on my own, but I dearly love your daughter, I would take care of her, blah, 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 blah. I don't have a job at the moment. So I think they give him the space and they give him like a job, so he kind of starts cleaning their trucks and everything. So you could tell he's a humble, kind of genuine, nice guy who honestly just wants to be happy. And initially that's what he saw in that girl, Patrizia Raggiani, that, you know, I can have a good fun life with her. She's funny, she is bold, she's naughty. By the way, she was very, very naughty. I think her seductress side was on point. She was very good at seducing him, which I was not surprised because you could tell she will be the one leading in every way, in that way also. So you could tell she was very good at like seducing and everything else. Again, I'm not a fan of like always that being that initiator in everything. I think a little bit of that leaning back and shyness, I think it's a good thing, you know. No offense to people who are bold and stuff. I think whatever. Yeah, let's not go too much into that. So you can tell, by the way, they both married for love. They were young. She was only, what, 24, 25? After the movie, people are talking a lot about, oh, she only married for money, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, if you look at the patterns, and even in real life, if you look at the patterns, I think she became about money and power a lot later down the line, especially after the children, after she had a good taste of that. Before that, when he was kind of separated from his father and didn't even have a job at one point, she was the one who, you know, gave him like a place to stay and you know, join the truck family business or whatever, and they were quite happy just being naughty with each other and just playing around or whatever. So they seemed so happy at the time. So I truly feel like they did marry for love, actually, both of them. According to sources, they say that, you know, it was love at first sight as well for both of them. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know. If you believe in that, that's amazing. Love at first sight. Maybe it does still exist. Okay, let's not make people disappointed here. Okay, just for the ones who still have hope. Yeah, let's just go with it. It exists for people, you know, it happens. So maybe it happened for them also. Okay, here is the main part where you can see the Uber girl come out on the surface. You know where that was? When she slowly, step by step, turned everybody against him and turned him against everybody, or at least tried her best. That was a very Uber girl move. I am not a fan of that. I do not like that. I do understand when you want your partner just for yourself, just to be with you and nobody else around. I get that, like, you know, that little bit of that jealousy, insecurity, possessive kind of energy, we understand. But the way she was playing all those games, it was so clear, it was so apparent. It's like anybody would understand whatever you're doing, women, what are you doing? Just stop. But she wouldn't stop, which that is why it led to a divorce, because her games were just not stopping. He married for, I want a happy wife. This is how I'm most happy, when I'm in love or when I'm with someone, or blah blah blah. Literally his body language even says that. I want a happy home, family, that makes me happy. Like, he's been running away from his father's family business and money since day one, as we saw. He wanted the other kind of happiness of life. He got that, but now the wife changes into family business and money. So now he's in the middle of like, oops, what did I do here? I'm nowhere. You know, this is what I wanted. Like, this is what I was running away from. This is what I wanted. But now she's gone there also. Now I have to go also. So she kept kind of encouraging him to be in the business more, organize the business more, manage the business more, and then playing games in the business more also. So she kept a control on so many things. He clearly didn't want that. And the last straw was obviously when she said, you're such an idiot, you're such a baby, I have to do all of this because you are not capable of doing anything, blah blah blah. I think that was their last fight, last bitter conversation. And next thing you know, well, the guy has moved on, you know. An old friend comes out of nowhere. Again, not the prettiest, but a very soft energy, very laid back energy. Somebody who would sit, observe, and see, what does the man need? What does this person need? What does this friend need? And make sure to give exactly that to them. Smart move. That's not an Uber girl. That's a smart woman, you know. She may not be the prettiest, not be the hottest, no problem. But she's very smart at that. Like, she is strategic in that sense. Does that make sense? So I totally saw that in that girl. I can't remember what her name was. Was it Paulina or something? Well, I don't know. But you know which one I'm talking about. She comes in the last part of the movie. And now, by the way, that part where he is sitting with the group of friends and she all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, interrupting their whole thing and sitting there feeling so insecure, asking everybody, how did you like all the macaroons? I brought them from here, and then I went to Paris, and then he obliged. He did exactly what I asked him to do. We went there on our honeymoon. We did this, we did that. Meanwhile, he's interrupting at all the details. He's like, no, the restaurant was not at the top. It was just on the second floor. Why are you giving so much unnecessary details, darling? All they wanted to know was where the macaroons came from. This is it. Why are you filling this space with unnecessary details? And she's like, you are the only unnecessary thing here. Oh, and by the way, you need to understand, when somebody's in the middle of their like friends group, or if their friends are too near to them, that's exactly that time where you nag a little less and complain a little less. Because the thing is, the more you start nagging, the more you start complaining, that person, you just keep pushing that person away more towards the friends now. And when friends, you know, you start kind of finding comfort in your friends' arms. Duh. So in a way, you're self-sabotaging your own friendships, or in this case, your own relationship, because you're pushing somebody away to go more towards their friends and build more liking for their friends. And if it's a girl in those friends, ouch, now we have a problem. which we saw played out also, you know. So she became so bossy, so loud and everything. Yes, she wanted to save the marriage. Yes, she loved him dearly, but in such a crazy way that she got him killed at the end, and that is just something maybe my mind will never understand. This is crazy. I really don't think she killed him for money. Maybe you think otherwise. Let me know what you think. I definitely think because she was so hurt and jealous and insecure, and the biggest problem, I guess, was he was so non-confrontational, but she was so in your face kind of character. When you have a character which is very much in your face and you just block out these people, they have the hardest time dealing with that. If I am not a very confrontational person, you're also not, we both will be fine cutting off each other without saying a word, you know, because we just don't like confrontation and craziness. So we just like quietly done, bye bye. But when you are in your face kind of character, or if you're dealing with somebody who is an in your face kind of character, they need to be told things. They need you to say something, okay? They need you to soften them up a little bit. They need that from you. And when they don't get that, I understand that they can go more crazy than a normal person would. Does that make sense? So I think that's what happened. She did have that ratchet kind of energy. So when you don't confront this kind of person, they can do anything. They can steal, they can kill, they can betray, anything. Stab in the back, all of that, even if they really love you too much. Ugh. Anyway, I feel like, you know what, this movie gives us a really big lesson, by the way, to most of the people, that your style of love also has so much to do with your leveling up and with your grooming and with the way you've been brought up. You know, some people love with so much bitterness and insecurity and say a bad word and I'm gonna stab you in your back, but I also love you at the same time. Like, that is like the weirdest kind of love, which I don't, I'm not a fan of that. You love, make it respectful. And to be honest, you can hate me for that, but I think in my eyes, what was his name again? Maurizio Gucci. I think he was still, for the most part, a little graceful in that manner. I loved how he said when she came to confront him and be a little crazy again, he respectfully said, I don't want any confrontation. And he mentioned that he wanted this to go as easy as possible, as calmly as possible. Like, he didn't want to make the divorce crazy or anything either. And he also mentioned that even financially he's going to take care of the daughter, he's going to take care of her also. She wouldn't even have a problem. She can still live in the same penthouse. I thought that was very graceful, kind, normal. Like, he wasn't mean-spirited, he wasn't bad just from day one. Like, he wasn't mean to her. She definitely was at many parts of the movie, as we saw. And then finally, of course, she got him killed as well. So yeah, that's like the biggest problem here. Okay, it was just really mean of her to even get the uncle in the jail somehow, and the cousin actually at the end died of poverty in London. All of this is a little messed up, all because of one wrong kind of woman. I did not like that. So the lessons here are, yes, we can come across a little maybe bold at times. Okay, it's 2021, I get it. But make sure you make it soft and polite. Learn to heal yourself so you don't come across as too much in your face and with too much ratchet energy. You know, it's a bad word to say, but it is what it is. And also educate yourself, but be a nice person at the same time. It brings you nothing to be mean and evil, but it will bring you the world if you have a good heart. And if you mean well, for not just for yourself, but also for people around you, you will get more benefits, you will reap more rewards, and you'll have a happier family at the end, because at the end, the one who wins is not the one who got all the money and the power. It's the one who actually has a stable home. And the career, of course, that's a bonus also. Does that make sense? So work on the right things, focus on the right things, prioritize the right things. That is itself very feminine, you know, and don't be too bold where you almost look like, you know. By the way, please also do notice her body language is very, I'm here sitting, I'm the man. Talk to me. Too much. I'm sorry, it's just way too much. And I was cringing at so many spots. I'm like, oh my god, girl, what are you doing? And by the way, the girl she had with her, what was her name? The tarot reader, what you call those people, the ones that read your cards and tarot readers. Yes, are you serious? You're taking her support at every step. Like, it didn't make sense. How is that a sensible thing to do? I wish I existed at the time. Maybe she could have taken my level up classes and coaching sessions. I could have set her straight. You don't do that. I shouldn't say that, by the way. She's still alive. She's 73 years of age. Thank you for watching. Now I'm scared for my own life. I'm gonna go, okay? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys like this video. By the way, if you like this kind of like movie series, let me know. I don't know, this is my first time ever doing this, where I went to the cinema just to watch a movie because I want to talk about the movie for my channel. If this is something you kind of like, then let me know which next movies I should watch and do like a reaction kind of video, or my lessons video. I also did another lessons video about the Squid Game, but that is on my finance channel. So it's like the 7 finance lessons that we can learn from the Squid Games. That is on my Finance Queen channel. You can watch it there. I'll link it below if you want. Today was the lessons about this movie, like just generally for a woman, like what is right, what is wrong. Can you see the clear pictures here, and how being an Uber girl is just such a problem. All right, don't forget to also check out Esha Cosmetics. We have amazing fragrance, hair oils, skincare, and all the good stuff, and the waist trainers also, by the way. And you can also book my level up classes. The links will be given down below. Until my next video, guys, take care of yourself, take care of your well-being, and now go and watch my other videos, especially the one about the Uber girl, so you can understand and just refine yourself. You understand? Bye.